The opinions expressed in this show are the views of the host and not necessarily that of WTRW, 94.3 The Talker, or the Bold Gold Media Group.
The following presentation is paid for by Century 21 Jack Ruddy Real Estate, who is solely responsible for its content. Portions transcribed.
All Century 21 real estate offices are independently owned and operated.
Hi, I'm Jackie Ruddy, broker, Century 21 Jack Ruddy Real Estate. Welcome to the Real Estate Roundtable on 94.3 FM The Talker. I am here with my co-host and husband, Pat Devaney.
Good morning, Jackie. How are you?
Great. How are you?
I'm doing good.
We have with us Nicole Clark, real estate veteran. She's been doing this how long, Nicole?
Almost 11 years now.
All right. And you are one of our top performers.
Yes.
Thank you for all you do day in and day out. You're a quality service award-winning agent as well, so you bring a lot of value to your clients, sellers, and buyers, and we're looking forward to talking to you today about the state of the real estate market.
Wonderful. Me too.
We're here every Saturday at 11 a.m., Sunday at 11:30 a.m., where we discuss real estate. We have a full-time real estate office with many exceptional realtors who've been listing, selling, and appraising real estate for over 50 years.
During the week, feel free to email us with any questions you have at questions@jruddy.com. That's questions@jruddy.com, or you can give us a call at 570-344-6724. And when you go to jruddy.com, click on the webcam tab and see what's going on this time of year at the mall corners. You never know what you're going to see.
Right, and it gives you a really good idea of what the roads look like. Check us out on social media. We're just about everywhere. And view our listings, search the MLS listings, and listen to archive radio shows by going to mobile-friendly jruddy.com. Nicole Clark.
Yes, ma'am.
Top performer with Century 21 Jack Ruddy Real Estate.
Yes.
You are our number one producer in 2023. You're a number two producer in 2024.
Yes.
Yes. And so would you please tell us, you told us just a few minutes ago that you are doing this about 11 years. If people are in Dallas, Texas, there are more homes for sale now than any time in the last decade. But if you're in Chicago, Illinois, there are 60% fewer homes for sale than there used to be. What about our area, Northeast PA? What's going on here? Are there homes for sale or no?
Not really.
Mm-hmm.
In my opinion, we've had a lack of inventory for 7 to 8 years. We really don't have a lot of inventory.
So when you say inventory,
we're more like Chicago than Dallas. Well, temperature-wise anyway, too. So.
Right.
For sure. But inventory-wise, you mean homes for sale.
Correct.
People that are selling their homes. So, I also saw something very interesting that I would like to share with our listeners. The average homeowner with a mortgage now this is countrywide, nationwide,
right,
$319,000 of equity in their home.
Wow.
Right.
Yeah.
But they're not willing to cash out and refinance because rates are double or triple of what they're paying right now.
Exactly. And that's the struggle right now is that people, if you have a 2.75 rate or a 3.5% rate, you don't want to go anywhere. Why would you? And the price of your home has gone up over the years. So you have more equity and people aren't as motivated to sell as they used to be.
Yes. Now, if a buyer is wants, realize part of the American dream, which is home ownership.
Right.
There's still people willing to buy, even though the interest rates are where they are, and even though prices have appreciated, and there's low inventory, right?
Right.
So there's always going to be people that are going to sell. You have people splitting up in relationships, people passing away, things like that. And there's always going to be some homes for sale, but not to the degree we need it. There's more buyers right now than there are sellers. Do you see that turning in 2025? Do you see it starting to shift? What do you think is going to happen there?
I think that, the prices, I think, are going to keep steadily increasing. The interest rates will hopefully come down some. And, maybe that will be what motivates people to sell. I know a lot of people who would love to sell their home right now, but when you do the math, it just doesn't make sense.
Okay. All right. Fair enough. Now, Last year, loneliness was deemed a public health epidemic. Did you know that?
No.
Loneliness?
Yeah. Loneliness.
Get a dog.
Right?
Right.
So, when you're working with buyers, do you find, because Century 21 just put together a home buyers report.
Right.
And they believe that 92% of recent intending home buyers said it is important that their real estate has insight into a community. They want community connections because of this ongoing loneliness epidemic that's occurring across the country. So
Interesting.
really, how about you? Have you found that buyers really want to be involved with the community, want to know what their neighbors are doing? Because I have another interesting point I would like to talk about that you may or may not know of.
I think that with probably 30% of my buyers, that's a thing. But, with the inventory being the way it's been, like we just talked about before, people have made a lot of compromise and sacrifices due to what we're dealing with inventory. So it is important to a lot of people, I think. But, at the same time, I think, if they can get a house or be involved in the community, I think they're going to choose real estate.
Okay. All right. Well, that's something that we can certainly keep track of as time goes on.
Right.
Right? Like my Jackie Eileen, right?
Mm-hmm.
She had the house in Long Island. Mm-hmm. They sold the house. They got a nice price for the house. They went and they moved to Gettysburg, and they're in it's a beautiful community.
Right.
They got lakes, they got golf courses. They were cash buyers, and they're a part of the community. It's different than Long Island. Long Island, everybody rushes past. Nobody wants to know everybody, but they know the neighbors. They talk to the neighbors. They go to their houses. They have, what do they have, wine night or something at somebody else's house? And
right.
So, for some people, it's very important. But
yeah, I think that I think it has a lot to do with age too.
absolutely, Yeah, the younger people with kids don't have time.
Right.
Right. And that's the other thing. But the study also revealed that 93% of the recent intending homebuyers agreed that they want to live in a community where their family will thrive. And so while living in a good community is important, 59% said that they also felt it's very important to get involved in their community, not just live in a good community, but to get involved by volunteering and giving back, participating in school committees, those people with small children, participation in local politics and boards, and entrepreneurship.
Well, that's a really good thing.
Right. So it is good when people who are in a community get involved in the community.
Absolutely.
Right, except if I got involved in politics, my son said he was going to change his name because he doesn't.
Yeah, they have two opposing views. Yeah, but it's not, nobody's cut anybody off like some families have in the world.
Oh, no.
So.
We can be civil, absolutely.
You can talk about something without
yelling and screaming and calling people names.
And, right.
Absolutely.
Let's put that in the past.
Isn't the best thing about America that we can have our own opinion?
Right.
Well,
Everybody.
I used to, you would, that's the way it's always been until,
Right.
I don't know, recently. But hopefully we can get beyond that as families, as friends. There's really nothing, there's so much more to a person than politics.
Absolutely.
All right. So there is a new real estate platform that lets homebuyers check their neighbors' political affiliations.
No way.
Stop it.
Why? That's a good lead-in. Was that like the best lead-in or what? The DC's look, he's going, wow, that was
Everybody's sitting here looking at me as I'm going through my paper. What is she doing?
Wow, this is good.
All right. Yeah.
Drama.
Right. Okay.
Jackie, you're good.
We are going to stay away from our political affiliations
Absolutely.
during this
Absolutely.
conversation.
Absolutely.
However, now listen to this. This new platform gives homebuyers an unprecedented peek into their potential neighbors. So these are people that are looking into a neighborhood, right?
Right.
Revealing everything from their political leanings to local demographics before they even commit to buying.
The demographic information has always been out there.
Yeah.
Always.
Yeah, always.
But now, for instance, if you lived in our neck of the woods, you know exactly the political leanings of our neighbors.
I do.
Right.
And yet I still get along with them.
Yes. And you live in an area where you know the political leanings of your area.
I do.
neighborhood.
I'm in a rural area.
Okay.
Waymart. So I do.
You know, right?
Right.
But for people that are moving from out of the area, from another state or somewhere else in our state, a long distance, they don't always know. In fact, I was working with a girl about 20 years ago. She was buying a home here. She was moving from Harrisburg.
Right.
And I will never forget this moment. It wasn't during an election. There were no political signs in the yards, but we would travel together in a car. Either she would drive or I would drive. And we were going through this neighborhood. I won't say where. And she said, she says, I'm getting a feeling that this is strongly blah, blah, blah area.
Right.
She was right.
Right.
I said nothing. I didn't agree with her. I didn't disagree with her. And she didn't want anything to do with that area. She felt it. Isn't that funny?
It is funny. And I had a woman who wanted me to tour some properties for her because she wants to come in from New Mexico. And she, a couple of times would allude or say things about politics. And I don't discuss that. I mean, to me, I don't want to do that. So anyway, but she wanted me to she wanted straight up to know. She's like, how do these people vote? And I'm like, I don't know how they vote. And really, I don't care how they vote. And she was all about knowing that type of information. And I think that she's not coming to Pennsylvania anymore. She got some sort of vibe.
Okay, so what is this website?
Well, it's an app. So the platform is betting that today's buyers care just as much about their neighbors' values as they do about square footage or modern finishes. So there you go. You're that one buyer, right? I mean, I don't think that that's the case with every buyer.
No, I don't think so, but...
It's launching in South Florida and New York City, and it's going to integrate the neighborhood's political data along with it in terms of recent campaign contributions.
Oh my goodness!
Alongside housing trends to help buyers make socially informed decisions. You know what brought this on? The NAR settlement. So this app is trying to integrate what we do in terms of how we are working with buyers moving forward since that settlement last year.
Right.
And they want to incorporate the political leanings of a neighborhood. Now, I don't know that I would focus, if I was going to move into an area, I think that would be one of the last things I would think about.
Me too.
If it's the house I want and it checks all the boxes in terms of the area,
School district, taxes, everything.
Right.
That's more important to me. So there's people that are coming out, real estate experts that are saying, we're already in a divided country, very polarized, divisive country right now, and this could deepen the divide.
I agree. I think that
Ignorance is bliss, baby.
Yeah, and I mean, at what point, do we have any privacy?
Well, there you go.
So what's the name of the app?
Ousey. Oyssey. Not Odyssey. Oyssey. So I would say Ousey.
All right. So there'll be a pop on the App Store this weekend when they hear our show. Everybody's going to be going to the App Store.
Yeah. Well, I don't make political contributions.
No,
I don't do that. I don't know, what data they would have, say, on me.
Yeah, but even if you did, really, whose business is it?
It's nobody's business.
Right.
Right.
It's freedom.
I mean,
of
this
speech.
is just a recipe for division. You know what I mean? This just escalates the issue.
Deepening the divide.
Right.
Yeah.
So what do the people do now who are dating? Do they interview and say what political party and what do you think of this and what do you think of that?
I wonder if Tinder now has a box that you check.
Well,
DC's out of the game too, so we're all out of the game.
I don't mind being around people that think like me.
No.
Right, but I don't have to be.
No.
Right? So, that's just the thing. I always try to make sure that I bring to my forefront of my mind when I'm thinking about it. There's so much more to day-to-day life than politics.
Absolutely.
So I don't talk about it with anybody that I know has an opposing view. It's just, we're going to dislike each other more after a heated conversation.
Right. You're very tolerant. I mean, you're very good.
Right. Well, I try to be, right? So I have my opinions, right? So,
do you?
Yeah. We all do.
Right. But I just don't see how that could be helpful.
No, it's
in this climate we're in.
No, I don't.
No, I don't agree with that either.
I don't have to live among people that vote like me.
No.
You know, I mean, what makes America? We're all different.
I mean, think about even going back 10, 15 years ago. I mean, anyone could talk about anything and not be, offended, but it's so different now. And I just think that things like this app will definitely increase that division.
Okay, Nicole Clark.
Yes, ma'am.
Top producer with Century 21 Jack Ready Real Estate. Quality Service Award-winning top producer. Also, you have wonderful Real Satisfied reviews and Google reviews. And it's Clark without an E, Nicole Clark.
Yes.
And how does someone get in touch with you, please?
Call my cell phone at 570-881-6443.
Thank you, Nicole. Pat?
Yes, we have a lovely 5-bedroom, 3-bath home at 2 Lord Avenue in Simpson for $295,000. This brick home has an oak staircase. When you walk in, it's got that wind-around oak staircase. It's beautiful. Marble foyer. This home sits on a 50 by 150 corner lot. It has hardwood and ceramic tile floors, a large eat-in kitchen. It also has a built-in garage, and it's got a large, open, walkout basement. So the possibilities are endless for the basement. That's a brick 5-bedroom, 3-bath home at 2 Lord Avenue in Simpson for $295,000, and that's listed by Kim Pizzanti of our office.
Kimberly Pizzanti.
Kimberly.
Yes, I like when we call her Kimberly. John Ruddy Appraisal Services has been appraising homes for 50 years. Our appraisal service is for those looking to uncover the appraised value of their property. Divorce, estate, inheritance, mortgage, refinance, you name it, we do it. Look no further than John Ruddy Appraisal Services, your trusted appraisal company. We utilize the latest technology and market insights to deliver accurate and timely property valuations. Whether you're buying, selling, or just curious, John Ruddy Appraisal Services is your key to informed decisions. Contact us today at 570-344-6724 for a professional appraisal experience. John Ruddy Appraisal Services, where your property's worth is our top priority. Don't go anywhere. You're listening to the Real Estate Roundtable with Century 21 Jack Ready Real Estate on 94.3 FM The Talker. Are you ready to make your next move in the world of real estate? Look no further than Century 21 Jack Ready Real Estate, your trusted partner in buying and selling homes. If you're a homeowner looking to sell, Century 21 Jack Ready Real Estate will ensure you get the best possible price in today's competitive market. And if you're in the market to buy your dream home, Century 21 Jack Ready Real Estate will help you find the perfect place to call your own.
Congratulations.
We've adopted the popular saying, an educated consumer is our best customer. That's why since 2010, we've hosted the Real Estate Roundtable with Century 21 Jack Ready Real Estate Saturdays at 11 a.m., Sundays at 11:30 a.m. on 94.3 The Talker. Visit jruddy.com. That's JRUDDY.com or call 570-344-6724. Century 21 Jack Ready Real Estate, where dreams find their address. We're back with more Real Estate Roundtable with Century 21 Jack Ruddy Real Estate on 94.3 FM The Talker. I'm Jackie Ruddy, broker, and with Pat Devaney, my husband, fellow realtor.
And hopefully winter is over soon so I can get back to the car shows with my friend Jimmy and Bobby. We go have a good time. I'm waiting for things to turn green.
When is the first car show?
When we all get together, probably in April.
Okay. You have some time yet. And we have Nicole Clark, top producer with Century 21 Jack Ready Real Estate, also Quality Service Award-winning realtor. That's a coveted award. Not many people get it. You have a high approval rating based on your performance, recommendation of your clients, and their satisfaction.
Woohoo!
Right. Good job.
Thank you.
You have been selling homes for 11 years.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So, did you know that one of the areas that we serve, Pike County, the population changed? It is growing. And
that doesn't shock me.
According to U.S. Census data and Newsweek, it grew from 2020 to 2023, 5%. It increased.
I can tell you why.
Years. Why?
What I think it is. A lot of people from New York and New Jersey
Absolutely.
will leave their state and they'll head that way because it's still, a decent commute.
Monroe County, too.
Monroe, yep, and you'll see it in the Poconos a lot.
And Wayne.
Wayne, Wayne, like in
Like the Honesdale area.
Hideout, yeah, Honesdale. You see a lot of that because it's 2 hours from New York City.
Good.
Yeah.
All right, so they're coming this way. And they're also in Lackawanna County.
Yeah, and don't forget, from what I hear, the train's still on.
Right, so far.
Right.
You're going to get all those damn New Yorkers.
Well, exactly. People like you, Pat.
Very pushy.
That's what Jackie says when we're in church. She goes, "You're so pushy."
Other counties that saw the fastest growth included Adams and Chester counties, each at 3%, and York, Butler, and Northampton counties, each at 2%. 6 counties with the largest decline in population in Pennsylvania were Forest County at 7%, Clearfield, Greene, and Fayette counties, each at 4%, and Philadelphia and Cameron counties, each at 3%.
So when you take Philly, that's down, you just said.
Right, 3%.
So Bucks County is up. So what I think it is they people probably leaving the city
Big
to live
cities.
outside
Yeah.
of,
Yeah.
big cities.
Right. Now, Pennsylvania, I'm not sure if anybody knew this. Pennsylvania ranks 5th in population in the United States. Did you know that?
I did not.
I didn't either. And that it follows California, Texas, Florida, and New York.
Really?
Yeah, so
But then you get the middle of the state, there's nothing. It's just like
Right.
nothing.
Pennsylvania is one of 8 states that have decreasing population, including New York, California, Hawaii, Illinois, Louisiana, Oregon, and West Virginia.
Going for warmer weather.
Yeah, that's what it is. That's what they predict, the migration to southern states. So in addition, according to the data from the Center for Disease Control and Prevention, deaths in Pennsylvania outpace births.
Wow.
The Keystone State is one of the states with the lowest fertility rates, with only 53.3 births per 1,000 women aged 15 to 44.
Wow, that's depressing news.
Yeah, we have a senior population too.
Yeah, definitely.
Very large, right?
Right.
Okay, now moving on to another topic. 70% of homeowners dislike HOAs. Homeowner
Not
association.
shocking. Not shocking at all.
HOAs is a homeowner association.
Yes.
Right. I knew that wasn't going to shock you.
Right.
So when you're working with buyers and sellers, what do you hear?
Well, what's weird is we just talked about people wanting to be in communities and stuff like that, but it's the cost.
Right.
That's number one. People,
But sometimes you don't mind paying something if there's a value.
right.
Right. If you're a condo owner and you have to pay your HOA fees, now you don't have to pay for snow removal. You don't have to pay for any maintenance. Yeah, there's
Right.
lots of things that are taken care of, probably water.
Yeah, it all depends where.
Right. And well, so the top negative HOA experiences include excessive or unreasonable fees.
Next would be rules and regulations.
There you go. Inconsistent rule enforcement.
Right.
And poor communication or unresponsive board. A lot of times these older places, older neighborhoods that had these established, I'm noticing don't have, like, they want neighborhood people to volunteer, but after they go through most of the people, it falls by the wayside.
Right.
And there's nothing really holding it together.
Right.
And so a lot of times, though, there's inconsistent regulation of, so like if there's an HOA that says no outbuildings or no campers, they don't sometimes police it as time goes on. And these things pop up in these neighborhoods.
Right. A lot. You'll see that. Yeah. I mean, I know people, I think actually it's not really the fees now that I think about it. It's the rules and regulations. Like people will see them, like you can't have an air conditioner in your window. And people, no, I'm out. I'm done. I'm not going to deal with stuff like that.
Isn't there a big problem in Florida with that they were these buildings that weren't taken care of for years? The HOAs, to keep their fees down, they weren't taking care of the maintenance. And now all of a sudden, the HOA fees are going through the roof because there's so much deferred maintenance. Like that apartment house that fell down in Florida a few years ago.
Right. So 55% said they have HOAs that enforce rules they disagree with and they got fined. 22% said the communication is poor or terrible. 34% didn't believe they had fair enforcement, and 31% said they were imposing new rules or regulations somewhat frequently.
Well, remember when I had a property that was located within an HOA, a community, but they were excluded from the HOA. So the moral of the story is it's a private road, and this house was on the end, so they actually could not join the HOA. So it was bizarre. It was a really weird story. And like I would call all these HOA heads and they'd say there's 3 HOAs within the community, but they weren't allowed to join because they were on a private road. It actually was like a catastrophe because most people don't want to be in an HOA and they think, oh, wow, you're the lone house with, you're not in the HOA. But it ended up it would have been better for them to be in the HOA.
Yeah, see that?
Pros and cons.
Yeah.
So homeowners found the most annoying HOA rules. Number 1, landscaping requirements. 2, what type of pets you can keep. 3, construction or additions to your home exterior. 4, the type of fencing you can install. 5, how you must maintain your home's exterior.
Well, people want chickens these days. Mm-hmm. And that's one thing I'll run into with the HOA. People want chickens, they want eggs, and a lot of these places won't allow it.
Fried chicken.
Yeah, there you go. A lot of places won't allow them to have chickens.
Now, the pros, there are some pros.
Now, wait a minute. We have a house on our block that's purple. I kind of wish we had an HOA so they couldn't have the Pepto-Bismol house down there on the corner.
Well, and there's sometimes, though, in these developments that are up and coming that are selling the land and the lots, they have square footage requirements for their homes.
So the
interesting.
house has to be so many square feet.
Right.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Now, the pros. Number 1, neighborhood appearance. They like, so keeping up the appearance. 2, property value, higher resale values. And 3, security and safety. Those would be the pros to an HOA. Yeah, but it's not for everyone. So some people, don't mind them, and some people don't like them at all.
Yeah, it's either one way or the other. I don't think there's really a lot of middle ground there.
So we're wrapping up the show, Nicole Clark, top producer with Century 21 Jack Ready Real Estate. A little bit of background on you would be helpful, please.
Okay. So in the past, what did I do before real estate? I actually was a marketing director for an opera company down in Louisiana. My husband was active duty Air Force at the time. So I did that. And then I worked for a technology company. And I had to sell my house 13 years ago it's been. I have a son with special needs, so I had to sell my house to get into a better district for him because they did not have a program where we were in Archibald. So we put our house on the market and we bought one in Waymart. And
did that agent inspire your career?
I don't know if it was the process. I don't know. It was.
You knew that you could do it differently or better?
Yeah, you could do it.
Yeah, I
or
think
that
so.
you could do it.
I could do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that I could do it. So, and it was interesting. I
you learned
going
a lot.
out, like seeing houses. Now, at the time, believe it or not, 13 years ago, there were 2 houses in the district. I didn't have many choices, and I wasn't completely thrilled with my choice. But what are you going to do?
Worked out good
right?
for you.
Kind of like today.
Yeah. So my house in Archibald sold it was like bam. Within 3 days, we had multiple offers, and this is going back. And then, we went up there and it was like, oh, no, we're not finding anything. We're not finding anything. And we just kind of settled. But I could see that there was potential. So, I don't necessarily love this house, but if we improve it, it'll be worth a lot more money. And man, I was right.
Yeah. So real estate affords you flexibility.
A flexibility with my son. And, my father had multi-units in Scranton, so I would help him with stuff like.
So it was always interesting to you.
Yeah, I was always interested in becoming a realtor. And I think the push was when I, sold the home and bought.
But I know seeing you do what you do, you really like to help people.
I love to help people. So, I went to school to be a psychologist. That all changed. And I didn't go that route. I'm a realtor instead.
And you went into marketing. You have a marketing background. And these are all very important.
Absolutely.
Yeah, for what you do.
Absolutely. So anyway, everything worked out and happened for a reason, and here I am.
Great. We're going to have another show next week. Would you come back on?
Absolutely.
Okay. Thanks for listening to the Real Estate Roundtable with Century 21 Jack Ready Real Estate on 94.3 FM. The Talker will be back Saturday at 11 a.m., Sunday at 11:30 a.m.